Yeah, Smoke is the decider whether you're getting the game or not, or Scorpion. I feel like Smoke was... I was somewhat disappointed with Smoke's gameplay stuff from the trailer. Like, somewhat. Just because we got to see very little of it. Reptile completely sold, right? Between visuals and gameplay, I feel like I'm actually 100% sold on Reptile being like, oh yeah, that's one of the characters I'm definitely going to be playing in this game, you know? I almost am like, Reptile feels like a given. Smoke, I kind of got to see more. I like Smoke's design. I do think he looks really cool. But his game plan, his strings, his specials, everything we've seen so far looks so different than what it was before, so it's like practically a new character. And I've always kind of liked Smoke, you know, obviously gameplay wise. So we'll see. We will see. All right, here we go. I think Doom Guy's gonna be DLC in the future. I think that would be Killer Instinct if that's eventually a reality. Doom Guy is a Microsoft character. Ew.
The Kombat
Ew.
Kast starts
Put that away.
now.
Put that away, lady.
All right, and welcome to the new Kombat Cast. We're so excited to be back. I know it's been a while. Been very busy getting some trailers out there. We've been at Evo, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There it is. Yep.
I was waiting for it.
Kombat Kast, Kombat Kast. There it is. There it is.
Very excited.
Wow.
So here's the deal. We're going to introduce ourselves.
Birthday shout
I am
outs.
Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios.
I am Derek Kurtzik, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
Hi, I'm Tiago, and I am a art development director, also here at NetherRealm Studios.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh,
we all work together.
Cool, some of the art team.
So today we're going to talk with Tiago in a little bit about sort of creating stages and how that whole system works. And then after that, Stephanie's going to come by and we're going to run through some characters with you. We have Geras today, Ashrah, and Smoke.
Oh.
So we're going to do a character breakdown of all three of those characters. And at the end of the stream today, we're going to have a fight that QA put together, which again, like they did last time, is awesome, with Lee May and I believe Smoke.
Ooh.
With a fun little
Ooh.
fatal ending, I would say.
What about the belt battle?
Coming back.
It's coming back?
Not today.
Oh. I have something for that.
Go ahead.
He's scared, folks. He's scared.
Very scared of the belt battle. Hope to have one of those coming for you really soon. Other than that, so that's well, we got new collectibles, by the way.
Oh.
New collectibles from Sideshow and Iron Studios.
Nice.
Classic Sub and Scorpion.
That's Scorpion, and that's Sub-Zero.
That is correct. That is why you're the art development director.
Hey, nice to meet you all. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
First thing down, he knows some of the characters in the game.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
So before we start, if you weren't watching during the Evo broadcast from the finals, we did show a new trailer.
Oh, and it's a good one.
And it got...
We're gonna re-show it?
Well, thank you so much for all the kind comments about it. The
We
team-
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. It's kind of
Well,
it was
you
kind
know
of a
what?
thing.
You know
It's
what?
kind of a thing.
You know, let's take a look at it right now.
What?
Let's do it.
Again?
Watch the trailer again. You look at this trailer again.
Earthrealmers aren't ready to see the real me.
So how does it work? You just shape-shift into anything you want?
I can shift only between this and my natural form. That I could take human form made me a freak among my people. I was terrorized.
We also don't wear pants.
You misread my intentions, princess.
I am Ashrah, demon of
Damn,
the
look at
Netherrealm.
Scorpion. Looks so
I
cool.
appear nearly human
Can't believe him.
because
With
I
his big
purge
sword.
Most evil from my soul. My sister demons.
Maybe
were
that's his
furious
friend
at my
Ken.
change of heart.
Looks crazy. Dang, look at specifically Cyrax. The Tara looking really wild. Holy shit, Strider.
Ashrah and Sizos, come. The monks must prepare you.
What the hell was Johnny wearing right there?
By choice or by force.
Killing one realm to free another is a heinous proposition. One I won't let you fulfill.
That's Skeletor.
They're out for you too, Sizos. To catch me, they must see me. Huh? Damn.
Reptile literally does a freaking death roll. Yeah, the art in these MK games looks a lot different from that MK9, you know, MKX era. Looks a lot different. I think it's just like the strings on Ashrah and these characters look like they're going a bit faster in comparison to the rest, you know?
Take your chaos elsewhere.
They all look like, even Reptile, looks like their strings are going a bit quicker. Yeah. Yeah.
There we are. The Banished, new trailer. Showed it at EVO. Thank you again, like I was saying earlier, for all the amazingly kind comments about it. Awesome. Just like the team. I mean, obviously, you see a trailer like that, there is just all hands are in that somewhere, and it's just a beautiful trailer. People thought maybe it was just going to be Reptile. With a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it really is showing off the 3D era characters, and we're bringing them back. We've listened. We're excited to like put a new spin on some of these characters that people haven't seen for 16 years or so, right? And to give them new life and new personalities, and to make Reptile probably the coolest he's been in quite some time.
And the cutest.
And the cutest.
Let us go one by one. We'll start with you.
That one girl in the white was Moloch.
What part
So
made you...
It's a big reveal.
There's really two things. I'm gonna pick one, but like
you can do two. You're our guest.
I can do two.
You're
Okay,
our
I'm gonna
guest.
do two. Okay,
Thanks,
first,
cheers.
I'm like an old school Reptile guy. I love Reptile, so just seeing him again and seeing the fan reaction to him has been incredible. So that's awesome. But also seeing the corrupted living forest.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
We see a spooky living forest, not the really nice, cute one.
People were
we saw
wondering
before.
if there's some of the dark stages will be returning, and the Banished trailer
starts with a banger of a dark
It starts with a really dark one.
Yeah, there's like, I think, flesh and body parts, and I don't know what's going on there.
I'm not ready to talk about
Okay,
that one yet,
okay.
you know?
Okay.
We'll just have
So
to
don't worry.
wonder what that one
They're
is.
there.
Okay.
They're there. They are there.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the new Deadwoods a lot.
For me, it was Havoc punching the opponent during the fatal blow so much that he breaks his own hands off and then stabs them in the head with the bones. I think it's awesome. I love it.
Awesome. Mine would be the Reptile, the death roll.
Oh, yeah.
Just a blop, 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 blop. I love that. It's brutal and just it's super imaginative coming from a Reptile like
Is the
that.
MK going to 2v2 or
We all know
3v3 in the
that-
future?
that
No,
death roll is.
because they did that in MK9 and it didn't work.
Yesterday.
You were hitting me with that yesterday. I do remember that. Well, that's great.
See? Tyler, salty about losing.
I don't know.
Salty.
Yeah.
You lost too, though.
I did. Hey, you know, it was about the fun we had.
It was, and that's what it's all about. So let's talk real quickly. tell us your job. What do you do?
Well, he told us his job.
So I'll get into it. So I'm an art development director, which means that I help the development of characters and environments. So I work with our extremely talented in-house art team and our external partners.
Who do amazing work.
Incredible work. All the credit goes to them. I'm here, but like really all the love and admiration goes to them because yeah, they have put together some incredible art this game, and we're really proud of what
and the
game
level of
looks
detail
like.
that there is in literally everything,
Yeah.
and even the fun little Easter eggs.
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs. We've been able to put a lot of them in the environments, and we're really happy about that.
I feel like almost like, I mean, the stage is just every game. They keep getting better, keep getting more intricate, and they tell their own story. They're like they're almost like a character within the game themselves. There's stuff going on in the background you got to keep your eye on. It's really
Absolutely. And with the new consoles, right? Like we've been able to do much more in the backgrounds than we've been able to in the past, and we have things like the lighting scenarios and things like that really kind of help. Give you some visual variety to the levels.
And give it life.
Gives it life.
Let's talk, kind of start to finish, how this occurs.
Yeah. So I brought some artwork along with me, so we're gonna
Cool.
look at some concepts of the living forest, and we're gonna look at some speeds first. So if you want to cue them up. The first, our first step here when we start designing a background is we start with these speeds. Now, we say speeds, but these are pretty fleshed out concepts, and full credit goes to our environment concept artist in the studio here, Joe Zanko, who did a number of these. There should be 3 of these if you want to kind of,
How long does a speed take?
It really depends on the level of like completeness that we get to them. I would say these probably, between all of them, about a week to get a sheet of them done.
It's funny they're called speeds, but then they're full blown pieces of art.
They are full blown pieces of art, and what we do with these speeds is we find areas of interest in them, and then kind of combine them into a final concept, right? So we'll find like, hey, we like the way this tree looks.
I do really like how there's like really beautiful stages and absolutely friggin' disgusting stages. That was one of my complaints early on in the early marketing.
Amalgamation of like many speeds into one thing that everybody agrees on.
Everyone agrees on, yeah. So we have a final concept with like a top-down kind of a view here. Here we go. So this is what the final concept for Living Forest looks like, and then we also do a top-down to just kind of help spatially kind of figure out how this thing is laid out. And this really helps our 3D environment art team. So like
This also shows some depth.
It does. It absolutely does. Yeah. And that's really important with our shoebox levels, right? Like we really want to have that depth and that parallax. So as you're kind of moving back and forth on the fight line, you have that, things kind of come in and go out of view, and it really kind of gives you that cool depth.
Is there any fun little creatures or anything inside that environment?
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little things like the whole idea behind the Living Forest, this game. If you want to pull up the pan, we can talk up. Yeah, here we go. So a lot of the fun little things with this version of the Living Forest has been that the trees are almost like these ancestral kind of guardians that like they're tied to different families. So you have almost like offerings at the base of all of those trees of people that coming into the Living Forest year after year, kind of depositing these different offerings to the trees, and we have like little baby
friggin'
trees
baby
too,
Groot right there.
Little baby trees. Oh, little baby trees.
Little baby trees.
These trees don't look like they want to eat anybody.
They don't. No, these are really nice trees.
Did you get the 5-legged deer in or no?
That's for something else.
Oh, gotcha.
And just like the sweet like God rays coming through the trees, and like it's great how like as you see it pan, how deep you can see, how far back the forest actually goes.
Exactly.
And just adding that depth to a fighting game, it makes it feel so living and so living.
It's a forest.
That's living.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just cool to see how deep it can go.
Absolutely, and even with things like JT, who does all of our lighting with the different lighting scenarios, right? Like even the different lighting scenario for Living Forest gives it a completely different vibe, right?
That's
like
awesome.
We've seen it in a couple trailers in the past, but yeah, I think it really helps. So huge shout out to the lighting guys, to the environment guys,
The
Corey,
art team
Pico,
all around.
everyone.
Absolutely.
Like honestly, fantastic work.
Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add about like
Beating
stages,
Tyler.
beating
Oh,
me?
sorry.
What some of your favorite things about your job are? Anything
Oh
like that?
man, I think
About
the
job are?
best thing about my job is just the people I work with, right? I know I'm gonna get sick of you guys are gonna get sick of me just shouting people out, but like really, it is such a group effort. Everyone here is putting in hard work to make this thing look as good as it can, and I think it really shows, and I'm incredibly proud of the team and the product.
And just the responses we've gotten to a lot of the new stages that people saw in the trailer, I hope those definitely buoy you all and make you feel
absolutely.
happy because they're just like
it makes us so happy to see
so many cool comments about it because people were like, stages are beautiful, but a lot of them are bright. And where's the dark? Oh, well,
You brought the darkness.
Here
Here's
you are.
some darkness.
Yeah,
Here's
so-
some darkness.
So don't worry.
Yeah.
Where's my dank?
We got you covered. We got you covered.
So-
Don't worry.
Well, thank you so much for coming by and showing
Yeah,
this stuff.
course.
Stages look awesome. Such a big part of the game. Such a like I said, its own character of the game, and it adds so
know.
much flavor and awesomeness to
I'm
it.
excited for people to get their hands on it and go through every little
Very
little
soon.
inch.
It's
Yes,
coming.
very
It's
soon,
very
very
soon.
soon.
It's coming. It's coming.
So we'll let you get back to doing some stage stuff, looking at some speeds. No, Still not?
Probably. Yeah,
Probably.
I probably got to do that today.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play you a quick trailer. You've probably already seen about our DLC, but it's still awesome. So we're gonna show it again so we can get Stephanie in behind and you can get out. So,
I'm gonna lay down on the back there.
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
I'm gonna
wanna
miss
hang
you.
out.
Don't leave.
I won't.
So
I won't.
thank you very much for coming,
Thanks for having me.
and we will be back shortly with some character breakdowns.
I want to see Smoke. I'm really curious to see how Smoke plays, man.
Battle between good and evil is
Outside of that
eternal.
trailer, I really want to know. Okay.
All right, awesome DLC trailer. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but it's always cool to see. So excited.
Homelander.
Peacemaker.
Ermac for me. So we have three, and the rest.
Yes.
Sorry about them all.
Yeah.
Ermac's your guy. He
yes.
was your MK9 main when I first met you.
Ermac was the first main I really ever. I mean, I played the arcade games, but like
Yeah.
when I was deeply into it, first main I ever had.
True.
So very exciting. Let's welcome Stephanie
Hello.
to the cast. Going to go over some characters today. Very excited about that. Before we do that, I want to talk about our trip to Evo.
Oh yeah.
I think just on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank everyone who was able to be there and play the game and give us such wonderful compliments and things you want to see different. Like that's the thing about these things. People, that's awesome.
Right.
But we got so many great comments, and it was just really cool seeing everyone and hanging out and watching you play the game and enjoy it.
So they're going to talk about
Yeah,
block
it's
dashing?
super fun when you see people do like the fatal blows or the fatalities for the first time, and they're like, "Oh my god!" and then laughing and enjoying it. It's awesome because you work on something for like years, and I've seen Johnny Cage's fatality 8,000 times.
Yes.
But seeing
Yes.
someone see it for the first time, they're just like, "That is crazy." It's a great feeling.
You sometimes you're so working on the game and just getting that excitement from
Right.
the new eyes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right.
Derek.
Well, my favorite thing about Evo was just like the fans, getting to spend time with the fans, the influencers in our booth, like hanging out with them, finally meeting some of them that we've been watching for years, right? And then also these sweet ass shoes. Big fan of these sweet ass Evo shoes. Love those. But really just hanging out with the fans and like seeing them go from the end of the line up to playing and then being like, I'm getting back in line because they just love the experience. And also there was some updates and changes, right? A little bit of a movement change, right?
People liked that.
People really, really dug that. And it just goes to show, yeah, we're always listening and everything's still a work in progress, right?
Right.
Yes.
And that should be said right now too about just the gameplay you're going to see. There might be things that change. I think remember correctly, there's a combo I created called the Dundee with Kano, which
Yep.
worked for some streams, and then some balances.
It went
happened. It went bye-bye. I still hear about the Dundee. Real quick, for me about Evo, the being on stage and being able to debut the trailer for everyone was really fun.
I realize Sonya and Kano aren't in the main roster yet.
Being able to show that for our entire team here and be sort of them for a moment was really cool. Want to thank Rick.
Oh, yeah.
For giving us, the opportunity to show our game off and things like that.
And Evo was great. It was absolutely
Norjax.
great. Had such a wonderful time. Stephanie, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, it's got to be the grand finals of the MK11 tournament. What a tremendous ending for not just that tournament, but kind of the competitive life of MK11 as the main stage game.
What do I hate the most?
Mirror matches.
That mirror match was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
absolutely
incredible. My heart was pounding. I was completely invested in the moment. It could have gone either way. It ended in a crushing blow.
Right.
You can't write.
Yeah, we looked at the movement
Yep.
in a lot of the videos.
Ninja Killer.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
job. Great
Long story
job.
short, the
Everyone
dashing
competed
didn't
throughout the
actually
lifetime.
change that much, the length of the dashing, the speed of the dashing, but being able to block cancel is making it a bit quicker.
Years. I think MK11, definitely every game we release, the level of play gets higher and higher. Players now train better, have better online, just smarter, more experienced.
And then other characters like Johnny have really fast dashes, so
keep being foxy.
Let's talk about
it's making it look even faster.
People will call them the goats of the game. Mine is probably Foxy, just for his consistency.
Very few people played MK9 at the highest level and have continued in every game we release.
If there's
It
a
is
top 8,
very
Foxy
impressive.
will 1000% be there.
And he's hella cheeky.
Cheeky. Good one. There we go. So that was Evo. Thank you again for showing up. If you were able to be there, and if not, hope you'll be able to see everything on stream and really enjoy it because it was great for us and just much appreciated. Let's move on.
Are we doing this? We jumping in?
Yep, we're going to talk about Smoke today. So today we're going to talk about we're taking a character from a bunch of different trailers. We're doing Smoke. Then we're going to do Ashrah. And then Geras.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so let's start with Smoke.
Yes, please.
When you think about Smoke throughout the last 30 years now, I think mobility is one of the things I think of. You look at when he was a secret character in MK2, he had super fast walk speed. He could walk up and throw you in like 2 seconds. Then you look at MK3, he had Human had the teleport punch, and then Robot had the teleport uppercut, and then all the way into MK9, he had the phase, the shake, smoke bomb, teleport. Like, I think he's always been a character that can get in.
Always had mobility.
Exactly.
Always had mobility and ways to close the gap and also be right on top of you. Teleport punch!
Right. He's dangerous from full screen anywhere. You want to hit a button, he has an opportunity to blow you up for it. And that continues in MK1. So let's take a look.
Let's do it.
But first, let's talk about his normal attacks. One of the new things you might notice is he has this knife, which is a karambit.
He's a knife.
From Indonesia, I believe. And he uses it in most of his normal attacks. You can see he has this slicey dice.
Slicey dice, yep. He's just cutting you up.
Low slice.
There goes your Achilles.
He uses it in his uppercut, jabs, and his throw.
Oh, right under the mouth. That's the worst. Yeah.
Another noteworthy thing about his normal attacks is he has a really good long distance overhead, which is his back two.
Yep. That definitely covers some space. That's for dang sure. And that's gonna put him right where he wants
back
to be.
two does
up
3
close,
hits?
right?
Exactly. And it is complemented by a low that could be a combo starter.
So he's got instantly the low overhead mix-ups.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's running at 30.
The blender.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's going to be an awesome mix-up character. So let's go over his special moves. You can kind of see how he plays up close. So how is he going to get that 50-50 going?
Yeah.
So the first thing we'll talk about is his anti-air options. One of his brand new special moves is this anti-air knife toss. Jump.
Cool.
Oh,
You in the
nailed
air
it.
And pull you in. Jump again. And if you EX it, he pulls you right up with a bunch of recovery. And then you can actually go into your mix-ups.
Right. So he has his own kind of get over here, if you will.
Exactly.
And he's patrolling the skies.
Yeah. So he also has a new take on the classic smoke bomb. He throws the smoke bomb into the air and then will drop down. This will track the opponent, so up close, he'll be really quick,
Wow, okay.
and even full screen. He'll always go behind
It always tracks the opponent behind?
Oh, jeez. Okay. So
Now.
constantly closing the distance.
Exactly. So if you read a projectile, if you think it's crouch blocking because of the for the low, you can go for that. And the EX version has an extra special property. Instead of dropping down and doing that attack, he'll just drop down and he'll be invisible.
Because that's what you want, is to deal with somebody
That's
with
interesting.
overheads and lows and invisible.
Right.
Yeah,
so
sounds
if
like
you
great.
were thinking, I don't know, that back to, I bet I could react to that.
Right.
How do you react to an overhead that you literally
Can't
cannot see?
You start spamming stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Low pokes, low pokes. Get.
So another special move is the classic teleport. This time it starts as a low, then goes into the teleport.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So if you EX it, you get a combo starter.
And that punch is very like throwbacky to like
Exactly.
MK3
it's like
robot.
a new take on Robot Smoke.
Love it. I love it.
He also can cancel this one.
Is it really a combo
okay.
starter?
Something I will never do. Nope. I commit. Okay. At all times.
Oh, you can fake teleport?
And there's a fun property. If
Oh,
you
that's
EX
cool.
cancel it, he turns invisible.
Okay, so you can go invisible in other ways.
I tried to find you, but you punched me first.
And lastly, he has a new take on his phase teleport move. He will phase through, go full screen no matter where you are, and go in with his attack. And this can be used not just to close the gap and check the opponent, but it can go under fireball. So, please fireball.
Let's see if you can do it. Oh, wow. First time Lanny.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
And this can also be canceled.
I was just going to ask.
So instead of, you make a hard read on a projectile, it has a lot of recovery, you can actually stop right in front of them and get a full punish.
And go into
Wow.
business.
Going to
Or-
the business.
Exactly. If they're blocking, you can go ahead and stop in front of them.
We haven't seen one thing that's beyond like a 3 to 4 hit combo.
Throw, whatever you want.
No actual pop-ups yet, you know,
Cool.
outside of
Did
that
you do his
big
throw yet?
EX.
I did.
Oh, okay.
How?
Oh, yeah, under the mouth. Didn't want to see it again. Just kidding.
When you're playing a smoke, what kind of what are you looking for in a cameo?
Great question. And I'm always a big fan of pointing out that you could show up on your weaknesses. Like, you'll notice he doesn't have a traditional projectile. So
Correct.
you could give him someone like Sonya who has ring toss. Or you can double down on what you have and maybe get even bigger combos. Or maybe you can use someone who has new combo starters and mix-ups options. But what I picked here is Cameo Sub-Zero, who makes counter zoning even better because he has a really nifty, tricky
Oh, Sub-Zero
move
cameo, okay.
where he coats you in ice armor and you become projectile immune.
What the hell?
Oh.
So let's wait for it to refresh.
For sure.
That's projectile immunity?
Fireball me.
He is literally just
Oh, it
absorbing
isn't just
fireballs
one
and can
hit.
Walk you down.
And he's taking no damage from that?
Correct.
What?
He could
That's
also
pretty
turn
crazy.
invisible and have it on.
But now
Oh,
I
okay.
Oh my god, he gets it with invisible.
Yeah, so you pointed out earlier, one of the best things to do when someone's invisible
gets
is
Glacius
start
armor.
shooting projectiles. And
Right.
you can hit a stray while he's trying to move around. He can literally use Sub-Zero, become projectile immune, be invisible, teleport behind you, and then start doing 50-50.
That's very sneaky.
He is sneaky.
That's
I
very
think,
sneaky. Sneaky ninja.
and that's a great key word there, ninja, because I don't think Smoke's ever been this much of a ninja, in my opinion. I think it's pretty rad.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think it's very cool. You know me, I'm one of those in-your-face kind of players.
You do like rushing down.
Nothing but risk.
I think I had to remind you of the block button once.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, he definitely feels like he's going to be high risk, but really, really flashy, very, very quick.
And that's when you
Yeah, it
talk
seems
about,
like he
how
doesn't
you
have really
wanna
many pop-ups.
Deal with smoke as an opponent.
It's like one pop-up so
Right,
far
yeah,
is
I
the
think
uppercut. There we go,
You're
there's
gonna have
something,
kind of
sort
two
of.
strategies. One would be accept that he's going to counter zone you. Your fireballs are not going to be super efficient. Just play the game, patient, bait him out, punish him. Or rush down the rushdown guy. And like someone like Liu Kang who might have faster
Like, that's the one
normals up
pop-up he
close,
gets?
be able to poke him out, go for your own mix-ups, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
But he is definitely going to bait mistakes, punish people that are, getting
Yeah,
too
he
big
might-
for their
he might
britches,
have to
and go for his big
have a
combos and
cameo.
all that. I think he's going to be really exciting to watch.
Awesome. We should probably take a look at the. You have anything more?
No, I think we should show you the Fatal Blow.
Let's do it.
So this also goes with this theme. It'll track you no matter where you on screen, and it's an overhead. So check out this.
All right. Blam.
Classic sub. He's fine. Liu Kang's fine. He's not dead. Look, he got up.
Last notes about smoke.
No, I'm just really excited to see like the really creative players mix him up with different cameos and stuff, and then go crazy with the cancels and all that. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, some of my favorite characters to watch are the ones that have this sort of, like we've talked about it before, this like ballet of destruction where everything's just moving around, flipping out, all that sort of thing. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, he seemed to have like launch MK11
like, he
combos
looks more
though,
like
right?
this type of characters that I
At
would
least
be
from
into,
this
just
representation.
rush down, constant pressure.
Select Liu Kang.
It's like
okay.
string into special,
definitely
right? That's about it.
You getting
Yeah.
for sure.
So, yeah, I think
And
Smoke's probably going to be.
I bet we're going to get like Ashrah or something here, and she's going to do fucking crazy combos. It's going to be all over the place.
See how you handle it.
Hopefully well.
Yeah, and I think Smoke's a character that's changed throughout the last 30 years.
Oh, he was my absolute favorite in MK3, right?
He's
Like,
literally been a robot, and I think this is probably the most ninja-like. His animations and all that use of the Kombat, I think, is really neat.
So we're going through this stream is sort of like we're kind of hitting a character from most of the trailers we've shown. We got we got Smoke from earlier. We got Geras coming up from his solo shot, and now let's tell us a little bit about Ashrah.
So, Ashrah is from Mortal Kombat Deception. She was then in Armageddon, and she's been absent for 17 years. There's a whole bunch of fans who have never even seen her in a game because they may have started with X or, who knows what MK9.
And she's missing her hat.
So this is really exciting.
Where is her hat?
I am super happy to see
this is a brand new
Not
character
my
for a lot
Ashrah,
of
hashtag.
our newer players. Right.
And it's been so long since we've seen her. She's kind of been redesigned and reimagined anyway. So she's got a real fresh coat of paint. So let's check her out.
Let's do it.
All right.
So
No
Ashrah
hat!
is a demon who has found an artifact, the Chris. It's a mystical sword. And when she slays demons with it, it purifies her soul. So she fights with the Chris all the time. And you could imagine that gives her exceptionally good range.
How many bad things do you think she's done that she's constantly having to purify her soul?
She is literally a demon from the nether realm, so I think she's been a bad girl.
All right.
She's been through it.
All right. She's done a few bad things.
You can see almost all of her normal attacks use her weapon. Like, she's got a super good uppercut.
Which is going to give her good range instantly.
Even her sweep uses her sword.
Little bop
It's funny
there.
that they gave her a sword,
Is that the professional?
right? Because she
Yeah,
comes
we
from
all know
the
that's
3D
the
era
bop.
where you
I've
had all this
played
like
against,
weapon swapping and
Dan,
stuff.
who Cinematics plays a lot of Ashrah, and the range she keeps you at is one of those sort of frustrating ranges.
Right. Let's go over her throw. The slashy slash.
Yeah, Ashrah looks
Slashy
kind
slash,
of
we got
quick
a bop,
in
we got a
terms of
flashy slash.
speed on strings and normals.
Frost throw.
And now let's go over special moves because they are very neat. She has a really unique playstyle. So the first thing she has is projectile, which is not a typical fast, tiny projectile. It takes up a ton of real estate on screen. Does not go full screen, and it's not the fastest in the world, but it reaches almost to the top of the screen.
So you're not jumping it.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're not ducking it.
Exactly.
Good one,
She
Tyler.
also has crisscross, which is a sword slash, which is an excellent combo ender, and control kind of the ground and the air. And what's one of the ways you beat like long range footsie tools?
You beat?
Beat it, yeah, by jumping. So you could say crisscross makes you
Jump.
Wow, you really set these up.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I don't understand why people say this is cringe. I don't get that.
No, not at all.
It's my least favorite term on the internet, by the way.
So, did any of the attacks you were just showing have EX versions?
Yes. In fact, I'll show one right now. The sword uppercut, which when you EX it, allows her to combo.
Awesome. But the projectile and the crissity-crossity?
They just do more damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I think crisscross has a pop-up.
Okay, cool.
So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, team, no problem.
And then lastly, we have the Ghost Dash. So this is a cool move where she sends a ghost, travels as far as she wants.
Sort of Kenshi-like, except she goes to
And she can also
the projection.
do this quicker version that goes behind you.
But you're following it.
Exactly.
So, for the most part, she's got a bunch of range attacks,
Yes.
and she can get distance with her sword attacks. So she really kind of plays that mid to far game. And if you try jumping in at her, she has that special move that just is a rising
done in the
sword
air?
attack that's just then going to allow her to
Whoa.
extend air combos.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
But there's one really cool mechanic involved in all this that makes her just an added layer. To make
Hype
her
gauge.
one depth.
Tell us about that layer. Let's
She can
peel that onion.
Tap into her dark side, and this changes the properties on most of her special.
Okay.
Her fireball becomes a ground spark. It can reach full screen.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Short,
she's a stance
medium,
character.
far version.
Okay. And so that you have to choose which version, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Pretty quick.
Or she's not. It's just like an amplified special move.
So I gotta turn it back on.
All right, gotta turn on the darkness.
Her shadow charge completely changes, and now it actually teleports her to the location.
Maybe not. You
Okay.
can just stay in it. Wow.
And she can again cancel it.
Okay.
It looks like
or
it's timed.
actually go directly to where the ghost is. And she can use that to go behind you, she can cancel it, and she can still do the quick attack.
Okay.
Now, one thing you might notice is when she's doing these moves, the opponent is getting dark side attached to them. which
Yeah,
can stack
those little
up-
swirly things around there, right?
Exactly, which can stack up to 3 times. Once she turns back to light, all of her light attacks will then do an extra hit of damage, depending on how many stacks she has.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Now, some of the ghost slashes. Can you do any of those in the air, anything like
Yes,
that? Yeah.
She can do all the ghost slashes in the air and drop down.
Oh, jeez.
She can do an attack. She can hit combos with it.
What can't she do?
Pretty much.
I don't think she has a command grab.
She does not have a command
Okay.
grab.
So
Or a pure soul.
So playing as her, your goal is really you're switching back and forth and back and
Exactly.
forth to get
Yes.
as much damage as you can.
Yes, you're going to be wanting to switch it back and forth depending on the range you're at. What the
Definitely an
opponent's
interesting
skills are,
take,
and
right?
the-
And you're locking them down
Exactly.
with distance anyway, too.
So, let's talk about cameos. I chose Frost.
Okay.
You might be saying, now how am I supposed to be switching in and out in the middle of a fight?
Right.
Liu Kang's going to be advancing on me. He might do his flying kick, his fireballs, and all that. Well, let's cover a couple of Frost moves. One is the ground ice, straight from Deadly Alliance. Super fast, low combo starter.
And it seems to cover like a majority of the screen.
Exactly. This is going to be a big time movement check when you're fighting Frost. You could let it rip at any time. It's going to be super dangerous. And that's going to keep the opponent on their toes.
And then boom, you've hit it. Swap.
Exactly. She also has Orby Orb,
Orby Orb.
where she sends a frozen orb out.
Orby Orb.
Slow moving orb that'll freeze the
Oh,
opponent
it
and hit
dissipates.
And you gotta respect
Oh.
that. It's basically it.
Exactly. A perfect time to switch your stance, get your things going.
Cool.
And then lastly, she has this
Nope.
stalactite move that's a super quick combo ender. Or if she holds it, she gets a secret special 4th move
What?
where she does these stabby stabs. And if you block, you can see this has. Can you
Block.
pick up the controller and
sorry,
block? This will actually push you full screen and do chip, and that can get you back in range to be going for your.
And that's a
switching
low
attack.
too, that you're doing there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And all, now the meter burner hold down stabby stab. Did that cost any additional meter or anything like
I
that?
believe it's still the same as regular.
Okay.
I believe. I do not have the cooldown times.
Okay.
and also something to mention, still game in progress. Things
Yeah.
are still being tweaked and
Yes.
balanced and whatnot.
Totally.
So things you see here, damage-wise and that sort of thing, may change.
Yeah.
Obviously. So.
So-
just
Oh,
keep
there's
that in mind.
there's a very good chance.
Yes.
There's a very good chance.
We'll
they will
all
do.
remember the combo I did back in
Oh, here he
11
goes.
that just didn't work later.
No.
And I
the Dundee.
still
The Dundee.
the
Yeah.
Dundee, and I still hear about it to this day.
So let's check out our fatal blow. I think the wings are so bad.
No,
Dang.
Huge fan of the wings.
It's an audible gasp during the
Frost has a cool X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh God, the bit rate, frame rate.
And that is Ashrah. It is super exciting to have her back. I love how we've, again, taken these almost 20-year-old characters and reimagined them.
Welcome back, Ashrah. Still a demon.
Awesome. Can you when you set that up for me, sorry?
Yes.
You might want to turn the buzzing off of that one. The other one is doing the old buzz. So Ashrah, another
It's all
character.
falling apart.
Lost my mic.
We're good.
You know, whatever.
Super excited. I love being in the crowd when you see this character, like when Havoc popped,
Yeah.
and when Ashrah popped, and you have all these people being like, and of course there are some people, because I saw some videos later of people who, like, it's been so long, like you said,
Yeah.
where they're like, who is it? And it takes them a second, then they're like, Oh.
Not
yeah.
me.
When you
I
haven't
knew a
seen
scorpion
character
as soon
for
as she popped
16
out.
Years,
Right.
It's completely acceptable for you to have to think about who it is, or if you got it wrong, it's okay.
Hell
You know,
no,
like,
fuck
Just,
those
like, it
guys.
was- that was really cool. It's just
Hell
because
no.
I think one of the we said earlier, but like we kept on teasing Reptile.
Yeah.
Reptile was getting teased over
a little
and over
bit.
again.
We did a little bit.
And just knowing in my heart what it was really going to be, how long it was going to be, and I mean,
Many people didn't know who Serena was.
right.
Right. And with her now having more of this demon form and things like that, right? Even more misleading. Okay to not know, you know, for sure.
But had a really great time with that.
You rabid
and
shit
I'm very
fads.
excited today, too, 'cause I'm actually going to be doing a character breakdown today.
You're going to do a character breakdown. How many times are you going to mess up inputs?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have been playing Geras a lot, so I have confidence.
I have, and we Steph and I went through it yesterday, and I feel like I feel like it went okay. And I was
Okay.
I'm not doing a bunch of like that.
maybe.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
and that's the cool thing. Let me just talk real quick about Geras. Is he has a lot of tricky stuff you can do, but just on a base level, you can still, if you're not an uber pro, you can still do a chunky amount of
Curious
hits.
to see how
Okay.
Geras is here.
So Geras-
We didn't see
first
any
thing about
Ashrah
Geras'
combos
gameplay,
really. She
he's a
just
brawler.
did
Yeah.
specials that have a
There
lot of
are
hits
times where Geras wants to
and
keep you
did
away. Like, you
strings
want-
that had a lot of
you want to
hits, and that was
stay
about
away
it. So it was
from
like
the
string
setup. Some of the
into
traps we've been
special. That
talking
was about
I'll
it.
be showing you in a little bit.
That's about the
So you
extent
lock
we
you
saw
down
from
ways
Smoke as well. So I'm just assuming that there's
I
stuff
think
we just
Geras
didn't
is gonna be
see.
good for really a lot of players. Players who like command grabs, players who like big brawlers, players
Players
who
like to play like Tyler.
players like but then also he has a lot of sort of maybe I guess upper level moves that some of the
Yeah,
higher
they
level players
they
can
keep
leverage, too.
saying
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
there's an
Like,
old
I've been playing
combo
Geras
that
for a
they
little bit
used
now.
to
I'm
show
just starting to
that
test
just
those.
isn't
Geras
around
was
anymore
pretty
back from
popular in
MK11.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think in this.
And I
game, he's
think them
definitely
reiterating that
figuring
reason is why
Right.
they're not
Oh, see,
showing
that-
off
that may be-
combos
that may be a problem.
right now.
Right. So let's actually go ahead and talk about him.
'Cause it's been twice that they
I'm
bring up
gonna
the fact
go
that, yeah,
with,
there used to be this old thing that
I
didn't
went
work
with
anymore and people were pissed.
Mainly because I love
So now they're just not showing combos. It's like, here, here's a string into special, done. That's what you get.
And you like a team of bigs.
I do.
This stage
so
is
just real quick,
gorgeous.
Geras
Holy
has
shit.
Goro has a couple moves. He has
Goro!
punch in the air, right? So you can do that.
Punch,
To,
yep.
You can do that to sort of elongate combos.
He gets up
sometimes,
two?
Things like that.
Up two
he
came
also
back?
Has Stomp.
You can't have Goro without Stomp.
Now listen, Stomp is different. Stomp takes your entire bar.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it is full.
See?
So I know people will be like, Stomp, you have to commit to it. And then finally he has a thing called the omelet toss, which is... I just did the wrong button.
No, that's punch walk.
Punch walk again.
That's punch walk.
He has omelet toss where he will throw you up in the air.
Omelet toss.
Oh, that's
And he
cool.
will- so that can be grabbed like if you're ducking, for instance, that can be it can be used to
Omelet toss?
Don't do that. So that's what I use. Now I want to go through some of the strings, and this will all kind of make sense a little bit how he works. Probably my favorite string he has is forward 4-4, which is just hits the ground, pops you up. It's a low.
Do you make a little sandcastle there?
He
What
makes a
happened
little
there?
sand at the end, boom, knocks you up. So for this, then you can start doing your air stuff. Let's go over the air stuff real quick. He has 4 unique grabs he can do in the air based off his air combos.
4?
So he has this, where he'll give you the old pile driver.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Which you are a fan of.
I am.
And you can see that
Choke slam.
you switch sides of the opponents
Yes,
on
you can
that.
choose what side to switch. And then you can do this with different inputs. Oh, I did it wrong, sorry.
And when you say with different inputs, what do you?
Different punches in the air.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Lead
Gotcha.
to different things. So one is 1-2, the other is 2-1.
Gotcha.
And then he's got this one where he'll just. Oh, I did that wrong.
It's really neat to see the air combat extend to grappling.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
He'll knee you away.
Yeah.
air combat, just a huge fan. I just
It's
love.
so
I'm
fun.
so in love with it.
He also has this overhead, which is so it's not
What?
it's not safe entirely, but it's you can throw this out there quite a bit because you get a big amount of pushback.
Whoa.
Back to back. He's got back 1-2, which is neat because this is that range where you don't want to be here, get a little closer, right? And that can be canceled too, so you can do like things like that.
Oh, you brought a buddy out.
Neat looking. I think Geras looks way more interesting in this game than he does MK11.
I understand that.
Way more
They
interesting.
are very cool.
Goro comes in.
And Goro kind of got a glow up too, for
He
anybody
did a
that
little
didn't
bit,
notice,
yes.
right? From the earlier first views of Goro, oh, he's gotten a glow up.
Oh, I don't want to forget this too, because I know people want to see that he does indeed have body splash.
And if a character has a body splash, that's instant means Tyler's gonna play them.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the cooler moves too. He's got. I think we've all seen the wall he can do.
He's got a little belly bump. Well, belly
and
bump.
you'll throw them through the wall. And here's the other thing: you can kind of just throw this out, like from distance. Let me get a little far away from you. You can kind of, even like it's not a projectile, but it can be kind of feel like one in a way.
Right. And the beginning reminds me of how people block in No Mercy for N64.
It really does.
So that's important.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, it's true. The chest out.
Specials now. So this is the one that changes his game.
Okay.
It's called Countdown, and he'll put a hourglass out, right? And this is what I was talking about. He wants to keep you out. Like got it. Now I have 3 loaded. Once he has 3 loaded, he can do it again. Up behind you, and now you are frozen. And the last move you take is the reaction.
So he's a chores
Like
character
the
now.
frozen thing from the last game.
Right.
If you meter burn it, you have 3 already. Now throw a projectile. I wasn't ready yet. Try again. So if you're, I got to read it harder. Go ahead. So if you do that, you can. If you're
So it's an
hard reading,
early
things like
projectile
that,
counter. Okay.
and whatnot.
Sure.
So once you have that out, the game changes.
Right.
They are afraid of moving. Now it's blockable. It is blockable, but the game.
How are you gonna block that?
I played enough people where they're starting to read it.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Here's another
He's in a
thing.
block after
Go
the
ahead and
projectile.
Do some damage to me. Okay.
No, he's not a grappler. No.
Now we have it set to 1%.
He has
right
strings
now,
that end
but
in
when
grabs.
you
He
do
has
that,
not
the
a
other
single
thing you can
command
do,
grab
if you
yet.
meter burn the snap like that. You can redo what you've done, go back to where you were.
Rewind time.
Rewind time and get your life back.
What?
Nice. And
So-
that uses the same clocks that you would charge for the
Yes.
So
behind you.
you can charge the clock, and once that clock is fully charged at 3 times or
Yes.
whatever, then you have multiple moves that branch from that.
Yes.
Wow.
Now.
Here's what's crazy. I think Geras is the most interesting
There's another layer.
gameplay-wise
It
so
gets
far.
better.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't show you one of the different strings on purpose.
Oh.
So you can do this. This string, as you see, brings out an hourglass. And guess what? That counts.
That counts.
Oh, that's
Oh.
dope.
Let's move
That's
on.
cool.
Let's move on to another move.
Okay.
Sandstorm. Right?
Now, is there different distances for Sandstorm, or is it track?
Yes, there are.
Different distances. Gotcha.
It also can be a meterless launcher.
Oh.
Right? So you can do like this and catch them, but I can do that. Meterless launcher. Now, where they're standing in the sandstorm depends on where they like. If they're at the back of it, they'll fly backwards. If they're in the
Gotcha.
front of it, they're front.
That's
forward.
science.
Now, if I meter burn it, you got to set. See that another clock?
Nice.
It'll time out and then explode. So you're kind of controlling space,
Right.
Right.
but that also adds to your clock.
Interesting.
So
And that's going to force them to either advance or back up. Back up is good for you.
I'm not seeing anything on the screen that's showing how many clocks you have built, so I guess that's supposed to be
super cool
game
stuff you can do
knowledge.
with that. I really enjoy just hitting it, and then you can, that's something for later.
Cool.
So it could change the way the game's played.
Yeah. He plays his own game.
What I just showed was world stop, just back forward 1. You can just stop time, and I can do this. Now I can go on either side too, where I can hold back and land there. If you meter burn it, it just turns into another time stop.
Oh man. He seems pretty nasty.
He is nasty.
He seems pretty
The
nasty.
effects are amazing looking too.
He definitely. He does have a command grab, which you can
There we
throw
go. Is a command grab
away,
character.
or you can throw a torch. Oops, sorry,
It was feeling kind of weird that he didn't have one.
like that. Now here's the fun part. Let's say you're in the corner.
Let's say you're in.
Now I would love Liu Kang to be in the corner,
Right.
so I can do that, right?
Yep, there he goes.
Or if I want to do more damage, anytime you throw someone away from the corner, you get the one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's nasty.
So if
Interesting.
I'm throwing so you can give up good spacing if you want to cash out that extra damage.
damage or positioning.
Like,
yeah.
is this gonna end the round?
Right.
If I do that, throw them out.
Yeah, totally.
At least I would.
Yeah.
So,
Literally an
the
Argonos
command grab
wall.
is great. It can also it'll combo too. Like if it's in the air, you can't like combo on the ground, but if it's in the air, you can catch
Sand
the range on it is
geef.
also very interesting.
Yeah, so you can do it from close, but also like right about here. So
Yeah, that's really, really
you
good.
always and also just point blank.
Right.
So he's pretty much good up close, mid, and far.
Far, he has a little more trouble far.
Sure.
Far, he's going to be able to set up his stuff.
I was gonna say,
not
then you're
as
just-
much press advantage.
You're putting up
right.
clocks.
But
if
people
you're far.
also, you can start getting hit with projectiles.
Yeah, I
during
completely
that
agree.
period,
I think
and also like you will notice the
gameplay-wise,
more you play
Geras looks
against
the best of all the
snap
characters they've
thing,
shown today.
I've been blocked on it a whole bunch of times because people know that you're trying
Sure.
to set that up.
But now, obviously, then if they have the mental stack where they are then focused on blocking it or punishing it or doing fireballs, that means that's your opportunity. You've established that, you conditioned them. Now he could advance forward and go for his overhead, his low, his grab.
Right.
If you're doing something that makes the opponent pause, that's you. Then you've won.
And is it more dangerous sometimes to hold it for a full round?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. And also, they may forget they're looking for the snap, and now they do a combo to you, and you just rewind out of it. You use it for that.
That's a great point.
So next thing we got, this is a. Oops, there was again. Sorry. He's got this burst, right? Denial here, and it's just just kind of a pushback. You can
get
combo
off me.
it, right?
Nope.
But I would say that's not the time you can do it. But the cool thing is, it is his metered. It does a
His armored move.
armored move. Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So let's say I'm in the corner, and I want to wake up to it. I can. Oh, not me. There we go.
Gotcha. Get off of me.
And
Get
it's
off
really
me.
good if I get jumped on the so like.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just your get off me tool.
it's a
Yes,
pop-up
for
if
sure.
there's
He
a
does have
jump.
that. I know Geras. It seems like he has a lot. I will say once you start playing it, it all sort of flows together very, very well.
Right.
Once you start getting the game plan down, he has this move here, which is really cool. So go full screen for me. I can do this, and now look, I am ethereal. Now hit me. If you hit me, I can take it. Oh, I can take a hit, right? So hold on, and then I will go back to where I started. You can do that with projectiles.
Oh,
right?
really?
But now I can do like things like this, where I will walk you down. I know I have a hit I can take, or I can walk you down, and you're like, "What's he doing? What's he doing?" And I can still do moves.
That's so cool.
Now here's
Crazy.
where it gets crazy.
This has been pretty crazy already.
Dude,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know what
dude,
the next
Geras
level
looks
of crazy.
cool. Really cool.
We've never done one of these. We're like, but wait, there's more.
There is one more thing which
Bro
I
got so much and Smoke got a knife. Smoke got gap closers.
So the meter burn version will freeze time, and you're able to use your clone and yourself. You'll see. Let's take a look at that video.
Whew.
Reptile. Airborne reptile. Dude, what?
That's so cool.
Right.
It's really giving me some Kenshi vibes.
What?
You know,
Dang.
that
What?
part of
Geras is
will probably
so
be the last thing I
sick.
put
What the
into my
shit,
repertoire, and it'll
dude?
probably be something simple for myself as just an average player. But I've already started finding things that I can do with it. So that's Geras. I think he's a ton of fun.
Yeah, like Geras can control time and do all this wild and shit.
Blow, bud.
Let's do that. Oh, right.
Ashrah
So it
can
is
have like
from
a
about where
demon
you
form
start a
that
battle,
builds up her
whereas it's
demon
distance,
gauge.
and then it teleports to you and grabs you.
Smoke can teleport. That's about it. Smoke got a knife. We need to see more stuff on Smoke. Ow.
He'll be fine.
Awesome. So that is.
That's Geras.
It's a sharp
Geras.
knife, though.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people look at like brawlers or grapplers as being like simplistic or like.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a QA
honestly
match
kind
after
of
this.
Dumb and derpy.
Right.
It's gonna be between Smoke and Lee May. Very much looking forward to that.
Fairly complex, nuanced.
Well, he's got to protect the hourglass, so he's got to
Right.
be
He's a
fully
smart
loaded
guy.
with anything that he needs.
And like I said too, because I'm obviously like a lot of players out there, average if not a percent more,
Right.
and I've still found so much to do, and I haven't even scratched the surface of some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I
to see
gotta
what
play Smoke, man.
players who are far better than me are
We gotta
able
get
to
our
figure
hands
out.
on this
'Cause right
character.
now, doing the stuff I'm doing, I'm having a blast.
Seems like there
Or
might be way more to Smoke
Just wanna
than
knock
is
somebody in
is
and
being
do it
shown.
in a Pile driver. You can just
Still
easily
fun.
do that, too.
Still
Yeah.
fun.
And it happens a lot, and it's super cool. It's very easy to set up too, and it's awesome. So that would be. Oh, what do we got?
Birthday shout-outs.
Let's do it.
I really felt you were about to wrap things up, and I was like, no.
Okay,
No.
got it.
Okay. All right, let me find my list. Excuse me, 1 second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, why do people say we're dorks? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Any names I butcher, please fix. All right. Happy birthday to Bryce Butler, Andy Senesac, Allison Adams, Brendan Goulitas, got it. Nick Johnson, Matt Colcio, Joe Flores, Matt Pearson, Antonio Sendejas, Mike Stallone, Rigo Cortez, Ian Nod, dang, I knew it was coming, Jay Biondo, Dominic Cianacciolo, Tyler Thompson, Mark Tuttle, Chris Erickson, Christina Nguyen, Elliot Creepy. I'm sorry, I missed his birthday last time, and his dad made sure that I got
Post birthdays.
His dad?
Yeah, his dad.
That's cool.
My man crush, Tiago Gomez.
We missed him, yeah.
I know. And to my wonderful son, Cameron. Happy birthday, bud.
Oh,
birthday,
this is
Cam.
a wholesome birthday.
Thank
shout.
you.
That's all
Thank
I
you.
said.
Thank
That was
you.
really nice.
Thanks.
Before we go, we have the QA was kind enough again to put another fight together for us,
Yes.
which
Oh, it's just
shows
like a video?
the true fight between Smoke and Lee May.
Yes, with cameo Sector and Cyrax.
Awesome.
Nice.
Again, we just tell them go at it. We love it if each person wins around. That's pretty much, there's no rules.
There's no rules.
Have
no
a fight,
rules.
blocking included, make it look good. So let's take a look at that real quick.
No rule fight.
As I told your brother, I'll abide no vigilantes.
You misread our intent, Lee May.
She has cameo Frost. I misspoke, but I was right about Sector.
All good.
It's all good.
All right. Starts off with that overhead. So one cool thing about her dropkick overhead is she can actually
Stand one anti-air.
not commit the overhead part into the land.
Oh, really?
Air special moves out of it, stuff like that.
Interesting.
Homering rockets, too.
Homing rocket had to be there.
It has to.
Favorite stuff.
And I love the weird pose he gets in, too. Doesn't backbend.
It's such a great way to lock them down, make them so you can't do a lot.
Yeah, cameo Sector has he's got exactly what you expect.
Right.
Teleport, flamethrower, immune rocket.
Something was there maybe.
Some low poking. Yeah.
So that Lee May Lion.
We're seeing the same stuff on Smoke, man. Same like 2 to 3 hits into special move, and that's it.
One of the fastest special moves in the entire game.
I love her slide pop up.
Even on like punish opportunity.
Oh, hits the fatal blow.
The ice daggers.
I do not think Smoke is going to come back from this.
No, he smoked.
The ending of this fatal blow is one of my favorites.
The lion.
I
Nice. Oh, there's always round 2.
She got the Aladdin, the Aladdin fatal blow.
Oh, big jump. That is the
Here we go.
Ooh.
Ice.
Especially when you're close like that.
Okay. All right.
Smoke going
Okay.
ham. That was
Okay.
a lot of-
Something
a lot of
happened
hits
there.
on the smoke count.
Did it cost
I
2
like
bars?
a lot.
No, it cost 1.
Oh.
Oh, excellent. Tricky. There's an uppercut.
Uh-oh.
Does that sector uppercut track?
Yes, it does. And it pops up for a combo.
Nice.
Like obviously you let a block there instead of holding through
Right.
it, like because the combo was a little bit over, but second comes in.
Establishes the rocket again.
Oh, smoke just smoked.
Yeah, he has like stand 3 then to 2.
Doing that.
He has the classic MK3 launcher, right?
Ooh.
Do MK3 launcher.
Lantern.
Got a dog.
Very similar to
Well,
Scorpion.
smoke is getting a lot of jumping, so you gotta use the lantern to prevent it.
She has excellent mid-range and then control the lantern. It's super fun.
Nice use of sector there to just get rid of that other camera.
Yes. Here you can see trading distance. Oh,
Oh.
there she goes. Ooh, committed to the knee. How to break her though. Remember, in this game, breaker takes 3 bars.
Right.
He did a cameo too.
Exactly.
Ooh! Oh!
Big combo.
You can smoke
Another
cancel
pressure, there you go.
into another ground string. Oh.
Set up the smoke bomb or the sector rocket.
Smoke.
Oh. Oh.
Love
Oh,
it.
she's fine.
Love it.
My
Don't worry about
favorite
that, she's fine.
fatality.
I'm glad we were able to throw it in there.
One of my top 5.
Okay, there's
all-time
something.
favorites.
Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
something to be worked with
Absolutely.
in there.
Thank you
So
for that.
now I'm getting the
QA team
impression
always putting
that
together amazing fights.
for Smoke they were holding back.
Well, that's it for today.
That's what I'm
we said
getting.
3
I'm
characters
getting the
there, done that a
impression that
while.
Smoke has crazy
Yeah.
teleport mobility
Good
shit,
breakdown, saw some
and they're holding back
environments
not
with
to scare
Tiago.
people.
Very exciting.
That's my
we will
hopium
Covered
right there.
all these eras. We got a character from the old arcade era, 2D era, sorry, 3D era.
Maybe even the same with Ashrah.
Literally someone who debuted
But
in the
even
last
it's funny
game.
that they
Right.
show
Forever.
Geras crazy
All
stuff,
part of the
right?
new era.
That's right.
The new
Mortal Kombat
timeline.
1.
But maybe some of the
So
Smoke and
Austin, thank you
Ashrah
so
stuff
much.
is a bit too much
I
to
wanna
show
make props
off.
for next time.
A promise.
We've been hearing this a lot, and we're not gonna do them every time. There will be a belt battle at the next stream. There will be a belt battle.
I don't believe it.
Don't know who you're gonna play.
Me?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I guess we'll
We'll
find
find
out.
out.
Tune in next time. We'll have some more stuff to show you. No date yet. But we will
Next
do that
stream
as
is
soon as we
definitely going to be
possibly can.
Melina.
And there will be a belt battle. You have something?
Pre-order. Be sure
Yes.
you pre-order it. Get Shang Tsung.
Melina
And
for the
do you have
next,
anything about the
Combat
beta
Cast.
coming up?
August 18th.
Ooh.
We do that. We can start playing together.
Derek's
against
been a
each other,
Melina
and
main
I'm
in the
excited about
past.
that. So,
Yeah, Johnny Cage, Lee May, Frost. I'm really excited to see what people do with Johnny Cage. He's
for
crazy.
I'm really excited to win 5 matches and then lose again.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get on with my Lee May and Frost. Win about 20
Yeah, 1 week
minutes
is the
and be
next
like,
beta.
Yeah, I'm
Getting smoked.
I'm washed, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us at EVO. Thank you for following us on this journey.
Yeah, that was
and
interesting.
being there
It
for us.
it
It's been
didn't
an
feel
incredible
like
time.
there's a
We'll see you
huge
very
change
soon,
to
right here on
gameplay
the
speed.
Kombat Kast.
Like some characters are
Bye.
doing things a bit faster just in general, but I think that's just the difference between, you know, some character strings and other character strings just being a bit quicker. It feels like it, but almost like when you did the direct comparison of when characters are attacking from the Evo build, it felt like the game is quicker, and then you see Sub-Zero or you see Liu Kang doing combos, and you're like, oh no, that's the same, right? It's about the same. It's just that they added block dashing. I think we're starting to see a bit more like sauce stuff in the game, which is nice, right? Which is nice. And I feel like for Smoke and Ashrah specifically, they were kind of holding back, because there's already a couple of things that we saw in the gameplay for Smoke in that footage that is like, oh, you can do that. Oh, really? Like, that's possible? And that's exciting. Because, man, it was really seeming like for a while, you know, we gave Smoke a knife.